For Gordie Howe night? No, not much input. So I know actually Kenny Holland had texted me a couple times just in regards to putting the 9 on the ice and the 9 on the jerseys, and I think I gave him a little feedback on something. Then people were going back and forth. I said, look, I said the Red Wings have been so wonderful for all they did for my mom and dad over the years, and the people that work here and the staff. I said I'm sure they'll do it right. So just leave me out of the thing and just go with what you got.
And what does it mean to the family to have the 9 on the jerseys and the 9 on the ice here all season long?
Well, I mean, it's wonderful. So I know my son Travis, he's part of a company called Legacy Global Sports, and they sponsor a lot of teams. That it's international, and they have a 9 put on all their jerseys. My youngest son Nolan's a coach in the New Jersey area. His team, they have a number 9 on their helmets, and so it's. I know in Grand Rapids they're doing some stuff as well. So. Yeah, I mean, the response and the feedback we've been getting from everybody. Marty's getting emails all the time. People that are calling, they're trying to help. They want to help. So they want to continue the legacy as much as we do. So the response from the public has been fantastic as well.
You spent so much time with the fans, after your dad died. Just how did the impact of all the stories that you heard from all the fans that came by help?
Well. It's hard to, I don't know, it's something I've experienced my whole life. So from the time I used to be in the Olympia as a little kid running around in the bleachers there, and everybody knew I was Gordie Howe's son running around, and everybody, they always come up and they tell you their story of meeting Gordie Howe. Or so many times I run into people where they said, oh, they were in a restaurant and all of a sudden their dinner was paid for. And it was my mom used to do that kind of stuff. And, you know, unbeknownst to anybody. And then they found out who did it. And but that's Dad just had such a wonderful rapport with people. I just said he's a far better person than he was a hockey player. And I can tell that because everybody who's met him, they never talk about him as a hockey player. They always talk about how he was as a person, how he treated them. And with my mom, she was one of the most giving people I've ever met in my life. She did it in a very quiet way. I didn't even know about a bunch of it until after she passed. I went through a lot of their things I read in the basement. Yeah, so I mean, she was, they were both so wonderful in their own way. And as a couple, they just did so much for, you know, I think for the game of hockey and for just for life in general.
Any little things, like you mentioned, like after your dad passed, any little things you discovered by going through things or talking to people that you maybe didn't know or didn't realize?
Well, no, I haven't done a lot of that stuff since Dad passed. I know I did a lot after Mom had passed, and but yeah, some of the letters and different things that Mom collected over the years, and just some of the things. But like I said, we hear things all the time. We get emails all the time from people that somehow they get a hold of us and they just tell us all their stories. I mean, like I said, we had one maybe a year and a half ago where the guy was telling the story of how he just waited in line for an hour and 45 minutes to get Gordie Howe's autograph for the 22nd time. So, and he said he'd do it again every time. He said he just loves it. It's the favorite thing he does in his life. So, and you know, during his funeral, as people were, you know, going through the procession, those are the things we heard from people. Like I said, I remember there's one guy, I think he was from France, from Paris. He flew in, he was dressed on his Gordie Howe jersey, and he caught a plane, he flew in here, he came, paid his respects, got on a plane, went back home.
For the funeral? Or
for the memorial here at the arena. So, so you know, it's far-reaching, and we've always known that. But like I said, the Red Wings, we can't thank them enough for all that they did, because they made that that whole, I guess you can't call it event, but they made that whole event possible. We knew that we had to do something grand for Dad. We didn't have the wherewithal to do it. The Red Wings kind of grabbed the bull by the horns and just did a tremendous job for us.
You said you grew up with